Oh, just like they're feeding back to me. Yes, you caught it, Sunset. That's exactly what happened. The microphone became sentient and started talking very strange words to me, and I took exception to that. Yet I also still got his number, so I think we're good. Now, that was the microphone was pushed off to the side, and I was noticing it was like just steady with the sound, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And so I checked, and it was a buzzing. When I moved it towards me, it went away, but that's just because of noise gates and stuff. There was a buzzing. It was somehow or another, the microphone itself is like in two pieces, and it got loose, and apparently I think the shielding or something wasn't connected right, and so I had to re-screw the microphone together, like retighten it. It's still kind of there. This might be the mic we dropped like a year and a half ago or something like that, and we thought it was dead, but then was working again. So it could be that it's yeah, it could just be that it's got some problems. So let me know if you start hearing some like or something. It doesn't help that we have like the vent for the heat right above me. Well, apparently Michael is sick, so I don't think he will be here tonight. Or no, yeah, he won't be here tonight. Says he got some chills. Well, hopefully it wasn't something from me, because I did just get a message for, like an hour ago that some of the family I met this last Sunday got COVID. I didn't figure out about that though until 30 minutes ago. They're fine, but that if Michael, well, no, even if that was the case, there's no way that Michael would have gotten sick from that in 2 days. Usually that takes a little bit to incubate, so just means that I'm probably going to be a little bit more careful about it. Because I feel fine. I mean, there's like some junk in my throat, but that's more from me just like getting older. It feels like normal, like crap from after eating stuff. Oh, I gotta post on Discord, don't I? Be sick being here. Well, if I need to sneeze, I'll make sure I keep it away from the microphone. And just make sure that if you hear me getting ready to sneeze, pull your headphones away. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm just going to move it to there so I don't need to worry about camera stuff. That, well, kind of now makes it like it's kind of weird over there. It's like a dark corner. Is that where the demons come from? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, whatever. I am planning to do some readjustments hopefully within the next week. We need to get some other stuff done before we can do that, where this whole thing is going to be moved over. I think about 2 feet. It'll give Mike a little more room and we'll get away from the wall a little bit, but I can't do that yet because we need to get some stuff out of this room, but we don't have space until we get some other stuff out of that room into a different room. We have to do some paint cleanup and baseboard caulking and stuff like that before I can. So wonderful. We taking this bike today? Well, technically, We kicked the spike a while ago, like over and over and over again, because it's just way too funny. I'm trying to decide too, like when he gets kicked, do I want to have him like, do you want to have the camera stop here, like frozen, you know, like they do for action shots where they'll slow it down when the action's happening and then speed it back up again. A lot of games will do it, like when you're like swinging to do an attack, it'll actually like stop the motion for like 2-3 frames or something when you're doing the hits. It feels a little bit laggy when you're doing it, but in doing so it gives you that feeling of hitting really hard. So it's one of the reasons that animating in 60 FPS is harder, because if you animate in a super high frame rate, you now lose the impact from things and you normally have to work like extra hard to get it back. That's why if I'm playing a game 60, if I'm making a video, no. Any video I make will always be in 30. Well, some of the stuff I've made is 60, like the stuff we put in the corner here, that's in 60, because if I stream in 60, I want to make sure that it matches. But other than that, no, I'll probably never do anything else. Or poop, drop out of spike. Rainbow kicks the crap out of him. Sure. I'm a little scared with this shot, because how much poop does Spike have? I feel like that's quite a bit of poop. He has one poop. Hello, Shellspin. We're working off an idea that was from a stupid face, God, like 6 months ago, maybe. And now that I think about, when is the Super Bowl? Like, it's February 11th. It's actually going to be topical by the time we actually finish this. Like, if I can actually put this out like a Super Bowl weekend, didn't mean to, but it's kind of fitting. If I could get it where they were both wearing helmets, that, because I'll know in like a couple weeks who the people for the Super Bowl are going to be, I could just like actually make it relevant. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl? It depends. I don't even know what teams to pick from, because I have not paid attention. I know the Green Bay Packers, I believe, are still in there only because I live in Minnesota, who apparently hates Green Bay Packers, and so it's all over the radio that they're still in. That is the only team I am aware of that is still in the playoffs. I care so little. But in terms of timing, this is actually kind of relevant. So, wow, look what okay, if I do need to move this stadium and stuff though. Because of that rocket that's in the way over there. If I do, okay, Rainbow's got a leg that's, it's good to stretch before a game, so that makes sense, but I don't think she wants to do that, so we're gonna unlock that. And then I think we're good. Okay, I just need to get away from that rock. Yeah, I don't think it'll affect it too much. I was a little concerned at first because if I do any lighting, that means that if I go to copy paste the lighting, now it's going to be over a few feet, but I don't have any shots that are at that angle anyway, so it's not going to change anything. I was watching it. It's the West Coast. The West Coast sucks. The area of which one lives always sucks more than anywhere else. That's just how it works. Could you have green screen helmets and then the teams to just put them in? It depends. I mean, could, but green screening something that moves and shifts, it'd be easier just to like prep all the teams and then just throw the one in and re-render at that point. Trying to track a helmet like that would be a biatch. But normally the finals for the Super Bowls are determined 2 weeks beforehand, right? So if that's going to be February 11th, that means that they're probably going to know the final teams on like February 4th, because then I think it's they'll know it on like January or January 28th. We'll be working on it still. There's still a lot to do here. I still have to do all the lighting. Spike needs to be doing more than just like being Spike, actually. Boring and sitting still. I need to clean up a lot of stuff. Like, I like the idea of him flailing, but I don't. The idea is it funnier than him just doing T-pose? Because it feels like if you do a ton of work to just change a joke but not enhance a joke, is it actually worth the effort then? Plus, I think I'm going to have to do like some test renders here, because there's going to be motion blur with all this. Like right now, this map I'm in right now, probably not going to work. Its lighting is way too bright. I can... Is this the map I think it is? Is this grasslands? Yeah, I don't even need to be here anymore. But even so, I need to go to a dark map. Oh, I think, yeah, I still got the rock back there. Actually, yeah, why did I move the field? I can just change maps. That's like the actual easier way to do this. What am I doing? I can do void. I think it's going to be the best. The only thing I do like my scene build huge void. I want to say hi to everybody. Hello, Soul Kitty, Jelly, Newfound Brony. Did I miss somebody above? Biden. I just see Biden. Sunset, Kite, Matt. Hello. Oh, and Shellspin. Hello. No, I think Shellspin popped in. It's like, what the hell is this? And then left. I can guarantee it. I would. Like, what the hell? Well, oh my God. It's Dark Horses. Oh, we're gonna fix that. So this grass shouldn't do that. Ooh. Oh no, this is an overridden. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Actually easy. Wait, which? No, it's on the green. Okay. This will require modifying the green screen, and it will actually make it so that I will have to go back and undo that before we do any other green screen stuff. Though, do I have? I'm not gonna bother. I can find it faster. Materials. Oh no, this is workshop materials. Nary? No. Das Mats? I can't actually remember. I believe it's in Das Mats. Yeah, it's Das Mats. Oh, it's in the user mod. Aha. Okay. The green screen one. I was thinking the sky thing. Das Mats. So the green screen is just set to ignore lighting. And yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna be using it not long from now. There's a texture called money long. We all long for money. There we go. You guys are giving horse recommendations. Oh no. Happy National Dragon Appreciation Day. It's Dragon Appreciation Day. Wait, well, he's not a dragon. Do I have any dragons? I have the one upstairs. That's so far away. I mean, I got... Actually, I don't know if you guys had seen this. Michael got this for me a while, last August for my birthday or something. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Hold on. It is dragon. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, it's following me. It's a glass dragon that's actually made out of real glass. It's made for, you can put like oils in here and like cook them or whatever. But yeah, it's really, really, really cool. No, it's not Discord. Actually, surprisingly, not that dusty. But yeah, there was a glass person. They were selling a bunch of different glass stuff, and this one was really, really cool. I liked it, and then just went and bought it. But I also got this is one I bought myself. It's a dragon skull. No, I'm done here. Stop following me. Or he seems being sneaky. He's like, no, stop running away. But yeah, very, very cool. This wasn't even that bad either. This one was like, I think 40. Got it at our local Ren fair, so. As we kick a living snot of a dragon. Yeah, they're those are both really cool. I've got both those. We got both with the Ren fair, but thankfully the glass dragon, he got it like middle of the day, and they were able to thankfully just hold it until we left. Where's Cat? I mean, it's a cat, but it's Doggo. Oh, it's Doggo? Does he count? Everybody loves Doggo. No real cat. No, I don't have. No, I don't have real cat. I can't even think of a single one in this house. Like Fuzzy or anything. Just I have no real cat. Where's Sandwich? Sandwich. Once I can afford it, then I will. So they'll probably. I'm hoping to be fully caught up by like. I'm hoping by like mid to late fall, but I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be later than that. And that's only if I kind of struggle for a little bit. If you're into reading Friends of Magic as a site, share fan fiction, recommendation of Equestrian. Well, by this point, if you haven't, if they haven't run across Fallout Equestrian within 2 days of being in the fandom, is pretty surprised. How's the snow? We haven't gotten really any. Actually, I don't think we haven't got any snow in the last couple of days. Now I think our current expectation is none for the next week. Actually, it's supposed to get up into the 30s starting next Monday, which is really weird for January, and maybe some rain, which actually I do not want. It's going to get colder right away after that, and then we're going to have basically frozen roads. Not good. Okay, so they're going to kick... Oh, I do got to figure out that sky. So if I'm going to do... Yeah. Okay. Go that way. Okay. So I have to go down to here so I get inside that teeny little gap. Okay, go to like there, and if I remember right, all the skies suck in the base. Now I actually have to go to workshop materials, nary. Too simple.
Cool.
That's not too bad. Thank you very much, Nolan. 60 degrees. Well, thank you for 3 years. Added up too. Thank you very much for that. Cheers on that. But 60 degrees, I kind of wish I had that, but I also feel like I'd boil. Today was windy, and it is currently 7, which is the high. I walked around my building from work, and when I came around the corner towards my car, got hit with wind, and oh my god, that was cold. It can be -20, but if it's not windy, whatever, it's actually still pretty nice, because you'll like create a hot pocket of air around you, and then you're good. Any wind, that hot pocket's gone, and it's a lot worse. I don't like that I just equated the weather to a pastry, but probably cloudy we're gonna go with. So how was your hot pocket? Oh, smell of pepperoni and sausage. Not bake, what am I doing? Oh, that I want. Come on. Okay. Okay, I had to drop this one a bit. So the clouds are there, so. Okay, that's not too bad. These are not high quality clouds, but depending on how I do things here, that seems kind of... Is it an overridden valley? Oh, it probably is. Yes, it is. Okay. That means technically this aperture is here, and that is too high for this. It should be more like there. No, a little bit higher. Wait, what the? I don't think I'm supposed to be able to see the sky through here. Just, oh, because it's not actually supposed to be visible from there. We have to do a filler on that. I already have this model loaded, and I should have a black variant of it. I think it's number 5. No. Oh yeah, number 5, because it's number 6. Yes. It's still a little weird, but it's better. So this is Stadium Fixer. Like 25 Fahrenheit there. See, if I had to pick a temp to have all winter, it would be probably about 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. To me, that is perfect, because when you're at like 30 something, you're getting slushy snow, and you'll sometimes get ice and build up, and it's the kind of snow that's a mess, that sticks to everything. You get wet. It's just, everything's gross. It's like the dirty snow. And if you get down to like -10, it's super cold. It doesn't snow very much, but it's just dealing with that sucks. 10 to 15 tends to be where like the salt still mostly works. The snow that hits will kind of stay, be a little bit more flaky and move around, so you can still have snow. And yeah, you can say 45, 50 degrees is better, but if it's winter, I want snow. So I want it to be white. No, I'm not gonna ask him to stream anything more. If he's not feeling well, the beginning of when you start getting sick is where you want to really start taking it easy. Otherwise, it's gonna really kick your ass. So yes, I'm hoping he doesn't get too sick, but the problem is if he decides that he's too sick, then he's gonna stay home, and if he stays home, then he's around me more, and that's a problem for two ways. One, I might get sick too, and two, he's around more.
No smooching.
No smooching. What, Michael? Michael really fun. If by saying it that way, you made it look past tense.
Michael really fun.
It's not a Michael really fun. It's fun. Then don't smooch. Okay, I will try very hard not to smooch Michael. I will do my best. It's not going to be hard. And for one, I'm not a mayor. If I was, then yeah, that might be a problem. Might need to pull those fixers for other ones. So this is this guy card. I do need to copy this to everything. I probably actually should group these correctly. So these are actors. I'll copy this. Let's go here. So this is also actors. Do I need a helper on here? Technically, probably, because I think that's technically like looking at the outside here, but it's not a blue, so I wonder if that'll work instead. Actually, well, no, the sky is kind of whatever I can do. I'll leave it as is. Okay, so Spike. It's a derpy. Someday I'll just make those absolutely huge. Have them shake as it like screams John Cena or something. Oh no, Michael's not here. Michael's not here for Ghost Facts. Actually, okay, first, before I forget, I am gonna go. I want to make sure nobody accidentally does that. So we're gonna turn off the two of those Michael ones, but we'll keep Ghost Fact on. Oh no, I'll turn off Ghost Fact now, but I'll give you a Ghost Fact. You need a Ghost Fact. Okay, well if I give a Ghost Fact, is that okay? If I give a Ghost Fact, like, is that or is that a lie? Okay, well, I said, is it okay or is it a lie? So actually, I don't know what you're saying yes to. But yeah, oh yeah, but cheers on Newfound Brony on the water. Water. This is this. This is water. I need to get my pipes checked. All right. No, I can do it. Well, you need the ghost fact? No. Oh, you did the Michael's in charge. Oh, okay, yeah, I can give you that back. Yeah, I can't. I can't do Michael's in charge. I didn't even realize you did that. Yeah, it's a little hard to do the Michael's in charge. If Michael is not here, I'm taking your ghost facts though. Like, it's okay to give a false ghost fact. Thank you. I bet you Michael appreciate that. What's a ghost fact? So ghosts, ghosts love stallions. Very much so. They in their free time, they will free draw stallions with their ghost pencils on ghost paper. And they will sometimes leave it for people to find. Sadly, we cannot see those papers. So they're littered everywhere. You are surrounded constantly by pictures of ghost stallions. So, wait, so is Michael a ghost? Maybe. Oh, this is actually a problem. I just realized with the sky. Is there something that looks off with the sky? You know, like it's moving. That's not good. Not a hard fix though. This is a very consistent motion. So what we will do actually first, the simplest way to do this is to just like push it further away, but I don't think technically a sky is it's not an infinite distance away, but in terms of relative distance, it pretty much is. So even here, it wouldn't move like that. It would still move less. So this I mainly did for focus reasons, because it's further away, so it should be even more out of focus, even if it's slightly. But what we'll do is we'll just move the sky. So the up and down is fine. It's still going left to right, but only ever so slightly. I think I can do a teeny bit more. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that looks pretty legit. This Michael was actually kicked in the head by a horse named Argo. And 9 years ago, Michael's decided to come back and hunt Argo, but got his directions mixed up. He tried to ascend to heaven and instead just took the bedroom upstairs. He thought it was heaven. His actual bedroom is literally right above my head. So the fact that I haven't heard a peep from him, to me probably means that he came home, maybe ate something, but then probably just laid down, I bet you. I could see him popping on here, but he hasn't. It's because he doesn't love you. Also probably because he's sick, but I'm gonna go with the latter, or the earlier, prior. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We need to put that sky here. Oh yeah, that's under actors. Good. Boom. Our sky is not where I want it to be. This one shouldn't be a problem for motion. My only concern with some of this is that I was using the left to right of this sky from on this shot, And it makes sense for here, but from this shot, I don't really want to make it look like it's just the same sky, because now we're all the way turned around the corner. Oh yeah, I forgot sunset. You did all those, the 8-ball thing. Does Michael like us? Celestia is raising the sun on your future, but don't get too excited. It's just another day. Yeah, sunset. I kind of gave him free reign. Added 8-ball thing, so you can ask questions and it will give you an answer. It's all kind of random, but if you want to play around with that. Oh, I gotta make sure that it works. From here. Oh, I don't like this. What the Argo do? The same thing. Thank you, random chance. Yeah, don't get too excited. That's my motto. I'm a very excitable person. So now that I made it bigger, I can probably put it to like here, and that looks a little better. Oh no, there's a big old gap there. Old gap. And it really has no chance of hitting. Okay. Is that outside the stadium there? I thought the lines were showing it outside of. Oh, it gets real close to that edge. Technically, the very tip shows that it went outside the edge of the camera, so I probably, just to be safe, I'm gonna bring it over just a ton of it. I don't want to have some weird graphical thing end up being where I can't. Yeah, because it would blur it, and that would probably pull in some of the stuff from off camera side. Oh my god, that's a long quote. Praise yourself for a thrilling non-answer, and that's not even. How does an 8-ball just say nah? Like, I just want a yes or no answer. And you're like, how about neither? Does an 8-balls do that? I've been so many years since I've used an 8-ball. Okay, so if I get rid of those fixers, I would have to raise the sky card to there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to raise it up that high, because then I'm because the clouds have that like blue layer down there. I don't want that blue layer showing. I kind of want the clouds showing. Most clouds are going to be based on the horizon. It's not often that you're going to have distant clouds with a bunch of blue underneath. It just would be weird if suddenly this cloud appeared then bright blue below it. So plus the closer you get to the horizon, normally the whiter the sky is. That's actually one of the things I tend to do with when I'm putting a sky in a sky card back there, is I'll put like a white volumetric light at the horizon on a bright line and kind of play with the lighting to make it look more realistic, because you should always have a little bit of a haze line. You're just looking through way more atmosphere. Tends to be whiter. Oh, I don't like how blurry Spike is there. Oh, it's set right. Is that the best Spike is going to have? I cannot reduce that anymore. I think I can reduce this to 5, but it's not going to change much. And there's a very good chance that not even 6, once I switch this to 4K, will actually render properly. Because SFM is stupid. The focal distance is right though, right? Yeah, they're right. I think I turn up the aperture a bit. Yeah. I don't worry about the ground thing later. Because they're gonna go back and forth forever. I'm trying to think of what song, like, I don't know why, but do you know from The Price is Right, when they have that game where the yodeler goes up the mountain? Hold on. Oh here. Yeah, here we go. So this is what I'm thinking when I get this. I don't know why it's relevant, but I'm okay with it. And if you guys, anybody here is old enough, here we go. See if this fits. Hold on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh my God, is it? I feel this is kind of fitting. Is John Cleese on the album? It does look like John Cleese. Where's the yodeling though? There we go. Oh, you can't hear it. There you go. Okay, you got it now. Hold on, you know what? I'm gonna let this go. I gotta go get another drink. I'll be back in a sec. The more I watch this, actually, the better it gets. Oh my God. I'm gonna lose track of where those are. I can't actually unsee how uncannily John Cleese that is. I like that tracking camera. Oh, so this, I've actually had it for a while. I think, do I have it set? No, I can't shut it. No, wait. No, I don't have it. I can shut it off right now. I had it for a while. It's just when there's two of us or when it's green screen, it doesn't work well for tracking. But if I'm just by myself with the background, then yes. But never by myself, I just do the green screen. So, anyways, oh my God. I did bring full water. I've actually had, I am not kidding, I've drank 2 of these today. It is super dry in Minnesota right now because of the weather. So I've just been pounding water just to make sure I've been staying hydrated. Doing pretty good. But sure, I'll do more. So cheers, bite. Let's this is not that bad. Is that even like, oh, I guess that's probably 70s. Name of the song is On the French's Mountains from the album Swiss Mountain Music. I think it's fun. It's a good song though. Like, it's a banger. It's a pretty good one. So cheers, Bite again. And then cheers, Jelly. Cheers, Jelly again. I think you guys all called out for it, and I thought it was a lot of people doing it, but it was just literally the two of you. So cheers, Biting. I see Scratchwub. Scratchwub. Hello, that's a name I don't recognize. Welcome. Thank you for making me also plow as much water as possible. Cheers, Jelly. There's a mouthful every time, so cheers, Jelly again. I gotta scroll down so I don't lose track of where I was. Okay, and then cheers, Biting. I'm just drinking. This is Dr. Pepper's. Oh, I can put my music back on. Dr. Pepper Zero with cherry, because that was the only one we had for Dr. Pepper with apple whiskey. It's just a lot of words, but it's pretty good. So cheers, Biting on that one. I forgot those were warm sodas, so my ice cube is just gone already. Oh, all right. Cheers, Jelly. And Jelly, I saw your attempt to poison my camp yesterday. I did have it turned off, but I saw your attempt. Cheers, Jelly again. And then cheers, Biting. Oh my god. And then cheers, Jelly. I'm almost there. Cheers, Newfound Browning. Cheers, Jelly. Thank you, Silver. I really like my water. Me and him have a special relationship. And then cheers, Scratchwell. Okay. I think I'm caught up. It's like 1,000 points. I know, and I am full of liquid. Should you get on just for moments like that? No, so was it yesterday? So I was going to make an attempt for the gold seal, which is, so we did the silver seal last time. I was going to try for the gold seal, which is the and we're talking about Against the Storm. Everything's settling. And I thought I was going to be one seal fragment short, and so I was like, well, okay, whatever. So I did what might have worked to get to do it. Didn't realize that once you get to a certain point, you don't get 4 seal fragments per settlement, you get 5. So it happened to be that the last settlement I made that would have let me be the one before trying a seal no matter what was exactly what I needed, because it gave me 5 instead of 4. So it got me to 35, which I needed to attempt it. And I was like, well, hell, I might as well go for it then. And so you had to play those on Viceroy. So I was doing that. And it wasn't too bad, actually. I think so far the hardest one I had was the lead seal or whatever, the second seal. That was the 4th one, and it wasn't too bad. Anything past this, though, the next seal you have to play on Prestige 5, but you start getting into some. So I've learned that the further you get from the main settlement, the lower, or you start getting reduced embarkation points, meaning you starting with less. So it means you now have to build up as much from reserve as you can. Otherwise, you're going to start with nothing at some point. So, but yeah. So I was able to do that, though. I was able to get the gold seal done. So now I think, what is the next one? Adamantine or something? Titanium? I can't remember. That one, though, you need I had to plan out like how to do that one, because you need a ton of stuff. You basically are only allowed like one more camp every time you finish a seal, because it does 8 years. And normally a game, if you rush through it, you can maybe finish it in like 5 or 6, but when you get higher difficulty, that's really tough. one more year to try to gain 10 more fragments. I'm unsure how to do that without some like craziness, so we'll see. Animating is the last one. Okay. You lose every time you try a seal. Which seals are you trying? Because the last one was not that bad. The gold seal, I actually ended up getting the achievement for getting 14 reputation points from just prestige or whatever, from resolve. So from people just being happy, I mean, you need 18 because was I playing that prestige? Or was that the one before that? No, I wasn't playing that one at prestige. It was one before that actually. I was able to like get the achievement for basically doing an entire game with nothing but just people being happy the whole time. I learned some new tricks. Anyways, that's probably like what the hell from those people that never played that game. Against the Storm's really addicting. I think have I broke 100 hours already? I've only had it for like 3 weeks. Oh, the update's already? What? Doesn't say it updated. They said they were doing an update. I just thought it was next week, not like... What? It's not all that much, but it added some pretty cool quality of life things. No, but I know I do have over 100 hours. Yeah, but you've no, Blayton, have you done? You've had to have done like some of the lower seals though. All right, what are we doing here? No, none of the seals. If you've gotten some upgrades, and especially on like the lower difficulties, I think the hardest part about them is you need to. This time on tangents. I love tangents. Failed the first. With some upgrades, I'm not very good. I think because you have to get to that seal as fast as possible so that you can start working on it. But I found that every seal, they basically have the exact same thing. It's always this and then always this and always this. So you kind of already know what's coming. Like I knew that one of the ways to complete it was to have 3 trade routes at level 2. So early on, I just started pumping out trade routes, and I did a bunch of the cornerstones for getting provisions from new people, and it made it so I could just do tons and tons and tons of trade routes. So I got to that. So when I got to there, that one is nice and easy. I was actually able to complete the final seal by resolve, which is like everybody has to be extremely happy for like 5 minutes, which is nuts. And I was able to just barely do that. That was if I actually couldn't do that, I was a little confused how I was going to finish. The cat in the map it exploded because I failed a thing. Yeah, also, like, I know all it's weird against the storm tangents, but the forest, so they don't do it by year, I think, for the wood cutting instead, or is it not by, or no, the woodcutters don't anger the forest. It's every tree that's felled is a multiplier. So cut your way to where you need to go, but then otherwise, I don't know if it's on the first seal, but like just start sending your guys to just cut down the trees that are 10 times as thick so that they get wood without cutting down more trees. I had to do that yesterday. I have been figuring out how to better utilize service places, because before I never got them if I couldn't do the service. Then I started looking into it. I'm like, you get some huge bonuses by just putting people in them, even if they're not doing the service. I know, but I needed stuff. Yeah, farms. They're the only renewable resource in the game. Actually, that's one of the things that saves me on doing the seals is if you go in with a lot of embarkation point bonuses, one of the upgrades you can get is to start with a small farm, that's what I just do now. Is if I have the extra points, I start with a small farm. You're guaranteed to have a renewable resource as long as you find grass. But if you have a human in your party, you can see where they are anyway with that upgrade. It would help Fat Coal. That was one of my first 3 polls, and my that last seal was a kiln. If you can get a kiln with a +1 coal upgrade, you basically have fuel for the rest of the game. And I've been doing the math. If you have a kiln, which is the highest efficiency coal, you can use coal in place of wood for a lot of construction resources, which will, if you do the math, works out to where you're using significantly less wood as long as you can pump out coal fast enough. I've been doing that too. Anyway, okay, so I am kind of happy with how this little bounce of hers turned out. Her tail's kind of doing this like weird wobbly thing, and I'll fix that later. But I am very happy with how impactful that feels. Like you can actually, by looking at it, you know what's going on. I was afraid that something was going to make it look weird, and you were going to be like, what's happening? I didn't get a kill both times. Yeah, but I mean, the whole point of the game too is that you don't know what you're gonna get. Kilns are super awesome, but maybe there's like one of the other ones that gives you a level 2 or something. So are you playing on Viceroy for the earlier ones? Because you can probably put it down to Settler or something. For the seals, I always put it at whatever the min difficulty is to complete it, because there's no reason to put the extra difficulty on yourself for doing a big unlock like that. Turned it down to vet. Yeah, I would. And I think some of the later seals are harder because of the harder difficulty, but then they're also easier because you have more upgrades, you have more embarkation points you can go with. Usually you might get some other bonuses. There's other things you can get along the way. Okay, so when he hits this, oh, that's this one. If I do it where Applejack like kicks, like re-kicks, him back through the holes. What would that look like? Because I want to make. I only want her legs. But if she was like here, God, I don't know all those. Are those in every one of the shots? Oh, that's the only other one. This one? Yeah, this one too. Go away. Oh, these are all in there. We're talking about Against the Storm. You were new to the stream from, I think we were playing Halo. I think I was streaming it before. That was the game I've been showing here. I've been playing, kind of addicted to playing the game. It's like a roguelike settlement builder, and been very much enjoying it. I was trying out for a good 10 minutes doing my math. I've been over tuning out. Math. No, it's a. Oh yeah, the code. A lot of. Oh no, that's from Frostpunk. I was gonna say that, but I don't employ children. 10th grade. 9th grade. It depends on the math. Well, if I had to take a guess, 9th grade probably be That just be algebra? I mean, it kind of depends. Matrices. Is it okay? Because like, it's not linear algebra, is it? Because if you're doing that in ninth grade, like, holy crap, man! Like, I'm sorry for you. The linear algebra was the hardest math I ever did. It's like, but it's matrices, but like, eighth grade. Yeah, matrices can suck. I remember that. Linear math is like matrices on crack, and it was. I think I had to take it twice, actually. But I had other things going on in my life that made like any schooling hard. But linear algebra. Oh my god, I never want to do that again. Oh, you finished algebra 2. Algebra is awesome. Multiple matrices, it's getting to me. I haven't had homework in years, but then you learn that when you get a job, depending on the job, you still get homework. You just don't do it at home. You just end up having to spend more of your day doing it somewhere else. At least you get paid for it, but okay, I think I'm gonna have this stuck here. No matter what she does, I don't want her head showing. So here she kind of does the slowdown thing. I probably don't want that. I'm gonna go to like here and say in, but then we're gonna round this out a bit so that it kind of settles to a stop. Be fair, we just started a week ago. Yeah. It depends on your teacher. Depends on your teacher. Depends on your upbringing, how you understand. My nephew is like not even out of high school and is doing like national competitions for math and does college level math. Awesome, loves math. Does it in his free time. It's his hobby. He loves this stuff. It's crazy to be able to think like that, but yeah, it's but somebody that might not be as good at math, everybody has something. It's just figuring out what that is. All right, so Spike, if I grab this, okay, so that doesn't work. So this one should be tied to this one. Okay. And then this one should be tied to 8 and 9. Okay, so 8 and 9. Thought there was a scale. Oh, I was scaling the static prop. So, okay, that should work. All right. There now. Oh, I forgot about the other half. That is 11 and 12. right, so 8 and 11 are tied. And oh, and there we go. Okay. Now. Okay, good. Algebra was very easy. It was just graphs. Geometry was just shapes. It depends, because a lot of like their numbers and their shapes, a lot of people find geometry easier because they have something visual to attach the math to, where a lot of like algebra and calculus, trigonometry start getting, they use elements of geometry, but it still starts working in an abstract sense, and sometimes people have a difficulty doing it without a physical thing to connect it to. I loved calculus. Calculus year 1 was awesome and easy. Calculus year 2, because like calculus year 1 is learning derivatives, and derivatives are actually pretty easy and fun. Then year 2 was integrals, which are derivatives in reverse. That got more difficult, and but still I did well. But then it was when I went from Calc 2 to linear algebra that I bombed. Other things were going on in my life. It was really hard to stay focused on the task, and I probably skipped more classes than I needed to. But it didn't really matter because that was for doing computer science. I switched to an IT degree later, like a couple years later. They don't need all that math. But I actually have used calculus in day-to-day life, so it's not completely useless. Derivatives are about determining change over time, and I had to use that once for developing a calculator for a video game. I needed to derive the change over time for a certain weapon system within the game, and I was like, is that a derivative? And yeah, it was. So your job was to kick field goals? You must make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, because apparently if you want to if you kick field goals for a living, you can make millions. Maybe not. Actually, I don't even know what football players make anymore. I remember back in early 2000s, I used to kind of keep track because I used to play Madden. 20 something year old kid, whatever. But, and in some of those games, it would tell you salaries. And so I remember kickers making like 300, 400,000 a year. Sunday's tank game ruler. Remember asking a teacher why we needed to learn algebra. It turns out the stupid stuff pops up in real life all the time. Algebra, yes, very much so. I've used the calculation of angles, Pythagorean's theorem, a lot of that stuff. Like I've actually used in real life. Say I'm trying to measure an angle for something I wanted to do and something, and I'm like, okay, well I have to do this and I have this angle, but now I got to figure out like the difference between the two. And you know, knowing some of that math stuff, you might think like, well, you can just look it up at that time, but you don't know what tools exist unless you are taught that they exist. And in that situation, school is less about teaching you how to do the thing, but to show you, to get it in your brain that it exists, how to use it, so that when in the future you're like, oh, I had this problem and I remember something about that, and then you can pull up that tool. Nobody's going to remember like boom, well, unless you remember like the whole jingle for the X over opposite B, whatever. But you don't know how to solve a problem if you don't know a tool ever existed, and school helps teach you those tools so that you, when you run into the problem in the future, you know what, point at it and go, fuck you, problem, I'm going to take care of you. Is Spike still locked to his helper? Yes. Everybody's cheering. Yes, murder the Spike. Actually, what I can do here is we can take the uprights. This is the bottom one. Yep. We're going to lock the helper to the uprights. It won't change anything. It'll act the exact same, but now when it hits, I can have it's technically now using its space. What frame does it hit? Right here. Okay, I probably want to actually, yeah, I'll do this. I want to have it go back quicker, and because I want to kind of have it springboard. It's not going to make much sense from a physics sense if he suddenly snaps back within a very short period of time. Okay, we're gonna probably speed this up a bit. Kill the baby dragon murder man. We're not gonna kill him. We're gonna score with him. Don't take that out of context. Well, actually, probably the best way to do this is to have it swing the other way a bit. So that's the difference between LCM and GCO. Oh my god, are you guys still talking math? I'm so far past math now, like from being in school, that I can't remember crap. Like the specific stuff. If I pulled it up, I might. But. I've been out of when did I graduate college? I was a little late because I went to college for my 2 years, then went to a different college for my 4-year, but never finished it, and then went back like 3 years later to finish it. And I think I was like 28. Actually, I finished it about a year after I started YouTube, so that'd have been 2014. No, it'd be 20. No, I think I graduated 2013. So was I 30? Yeah, I was 30 when I actually finally like signed the papers to get my full degree. I could actually like bend the sub uprights, subrights. Okay, so the peak of its ends, it's right there. I got to be a little careful because the posts are still moving now, but Spike is still locked to it, so his rotation is still going to be somewhat tied to it, not by much, but enough to potentially be annoying. I could unlock it, but if I unlock it, I run into the issue of needing to if I need to make any adjustments in the future, they're not locked anymore, so it's a problem. So I want to hold that out. I don't want to do math. My brain hurts trying to think about like mortgages and taxes, let alone quadrilaterals and like the functions. That is one thing that frustrates me the hell about with school is you go to school to learn all these good things, but all you actually learn in school is the things that help you make either the company money or the government taxes. They don't teach you anything that you actually need to live life. So they're teaching you everything you need to be of value to the economy, not to live, which is stupid. There's like home ec and stuff, but when they're like how to make super easy salsa chicken, like, no, what if I want to actually make something decent? Oh wait, yeah, but then I did that, but apparently it doesn't really help me for my degree or anything because nobody needs to know this. They needed classes on like how to do taxes. I mean, I guess you got TurboTax now, but that's just about like, let's make more money so you can pay for the ways to do it for cheap for not knowing how. It's so stupid. You're supposed to show how you do taxes in marketing with still. No, that's actually good. It depends though, because there's different level. Like there's basic taxes where it's like I have a single job and I rent. That means like you only have like two things: one source of income and a CRP form. That's it. But in America, if your taxes get much more complicated from there. Like my taxes are kind of messy because I have Nightly, who's a contractor, so I have technically an employee that I have to supply their forms for before January 31st. Then when I do my own, anything that's paid for YouTube stuff, it's all write-offs. I don't do standard deduction because I have more than what the standard deduction would be normally, because I also have two renters that live here. It gets very messy very fast, and there's very little information out there to help you with it for the purpose of tax software is wanting your money. I told me how to do written tax. Okay, written taxes are stupid. We are in 2024. I should not have to write my taxes down on paper. The internet has been around for like 30 plus years. The only reason we have all these other softwares is because those softwares want to ensure that they're the only thing out there, and they push the government to make sure it happens that way. We're one of the few developed countries that has a tax system as horrible as it is, but it's done on purpose because a company wants money. Yes, there's 3 free versions through those softwares for taxes, but it's because the government subsidizes it and the government then pays your bill for you. It's so stupid. For me, it's like just filing my taxes costs like $100 just to go through that whole thing, and it's just. Thankfully this year, and I had to look up house pretty soon here. We have a thing at work where you can get like a lawyer plan, and they have like 2 levels of it. First level, stupid. It's basically just if you want help with your will. But the second level is actually they give you a huge suite of lawyer functions. It's like $5 a check, so it's like because it's this post tax, so it says literally $5 out of my check every paycheck, but it gives me TurboTax for free, which is for the like full submission, whatever. $5 times 26 still ends up being a decent amount of money, but with TurboTax being free and you get a bunch of other stuff, like if you get sued, you can use them for consultation and partial defense, and if you have copyright questions, they'll answer it for you for free, stuff like that. So I actually signed up for it this year, so I didn't do it the years before. Okay, so her feet are going to be right there. So that's where Spike needs to be. Oh yeah, I had it timed for where he needs to get off, and then I got distracted. Right about there, say. Can't wait to do my taxes because I know I haven't made my tax bracket, and I know I'm going to get a good return. Yeah, that's great. I've had to pay in every year because I have renters. I get money in for stuff, but then it's still income part that's not for utilities, and that is, so I have to pay taxes on that as a income. So I actually have, through my work, I pay in extra taxes every month or every paycheck to help try to balance it off. But it's actually been a very long time since I haven't had to pay in. I think last year I had to pay in $1,000. I think the year before it was like about $1,500. You had to pay a fee on that, but it's like $10. I'm like, whatever. This year though, because we did some funkiness with the whole basement thing that happened and Michael helping out with other ways, I think I might actually get a return. Because technically it's really complicated, but I think I might be able to actually have a return this year, which would be nice. Very nice. Yeah, so it's actually the first year that I might actually file my taxes kind of early. Usually because I have to do the contractor stuff, so I would file that part in January, but I would kind of prepare all my taxes, get the number figured out as to how much I'd owe, and then I would wait until the deadline. Like, why? I'm not going to give you like the money that I owe you until I'm actually have to. Why would I give it to you early? You have enough moments in your body to make A. I mean, I can do that. Well, okay, I can't really do the cross thing. I need another bone, one big bone to go across here. Like, if I was really flexible, I could get my leg up, but I have a full bladder. I'm guessing, guess why? That makes that kind of hard. This should be linear. Yeah. He kind of slaps before he starts dropping. That's better. And then he starts like swinging away. I'm gonna go less line. He's not traveling. He's traveling faster than the bars are. Oh. Yeah, okay. That's a little weird. Military's made it in a skeleton. You have enough bones in your body to make a skeleton. What if I lost a leg? Huh? You're not being considerate of veterans. The military always made it so I had to pay in. They tax you for your home of record, not the state you actually reside in. Actually, the one thing I have difficulty with is in my work, I can pay extra on my taxes, but only to federal. They have no option for me to pay extra to state. So unless I wanted to file quarterly on extra for my state, I can pay an extra, but it's only to cover the difference for my federal, which I kind of had it down to a math to where it ended up being that I would basically have to pay in zero to federal by paying the extra I did, but state was always a mystery. I'm not going to go and file quarterly for renter. I don't get it. No. Way too many dirty fingers digging into the tax pie. Yes, but I want to get my fingers into the tax pie because that's where your return is. So it might be dirty, but it sounds delicious. Did you know you have 2 legs? If you have 2 legs, you have more than the average person. I mean, yeah, actually, but are there people that throw the average off the other way in any way? I mean, I guess there's probably more people missing a leg than have a third one. I mean, there's like Ron Jeremy. Does he count as? Does he throw the average the other way? Well, that makes sense. You see, I was born at a very young age. Wow. I am gonna go use the restroom though, because you guys are. It made me drink so much. So I will be back in just 1 minute. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something I've been meaning to do for a while. We're just going to play a 1-minute ad. I hate ads. I don't give a shit about it, but it has the benefit of it prevents people that need to come in from seeing an ad when they join. So we're just gonna do that quick. Back a second. All right, I'm back. Was it a TurboTax ad? Okay, for one, it's this. Where are you going? Hey, come on. Hello, camera. Camera, I'm over here. You find me? Oh my god. Hold on, it's confused. I'm over here, camera. Can you see me? Oh my god, are you confused? It's really confused. Hold on. Hold on. It has no idea what to do. There it goes. Okay. Poor camera. It's like I'm so sad. But no, I have to, I've been meaning to do that. Like if we go and take I've been wanting to take more breaks, not for everyone. Twitch sucks, but it does remove starter ads for people, and being able to have people join and not have to have ads pop up at the beginning. It's kind of nice. People where Argos' bladder explode one of these days. Something did it break? I didn't see anything. I'm actually not sure. I'm not kidding. I've used the restroom like 10 times today. I told you, I went through like 2 of these at work, and I had a large coffee from Holiday. I think it's a 20-ounce coffee. So I got a little bit left here. So cheers, Nolan. Ball. Sunset, did you break it? Did you break the 8-ball? It's broken. You know, that last response it gave, just ball. The last response it gave was a non-response. I think it just gave up. It's done. Heart is probably cursing of somebody else's, especially if you're dead. It depends on the definition of perfectly synced, but I would think that at some point your heart is beating with probably hundreds of other people at the exact same rate and time. Oh, we'll see. Wait. Why did that one work, but the one before didn't? Yeah, you did 8-ball. What? Why did the other? Wait, did it respond? That was like really delayed. It's just question mark when everyone stops cheating. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Fluttershy predicts your social skills will skyrocket, just like your volume. That doesn't answer the question. So Spike lands right here. So she needs to cook right there. Okay, and then Spike. Okay, so this is one where I kind of have to have his control taken over again from something else. Actually, this whole drop there I should have done through the other control. Any spinning I want to have him do is going to have difficulty now. I'm just not going to care. He would fall backwards the same. Any kick forward probably would cause more spin. All right. Over there, though. Okay, so she kicks him, but it's going to kick him like kind of at an angle because I need to have him like go through the uprights. I'm going to keep calling him that. I don't care if Michael like says there's called something else. Oh. Okay, so it goes like there, and then oh. He's way over there. When he hits the uprights here, I'm gonna say at this moment yeah, I can salvage this. Okay, we're gonna unlock the helper. Yes. Okay. The pelvis will be locked to the helper. I can't tell because it's already locked that way. Okay, there. So it hits the post. And at this point, actually, I can see for all points. Yes, this is zeroed. It matches with his pelvis exactly. Though I don't technically want it matching with the pelvis. I want it matching with like right here. Let's say. Now I'm going to unlock and relock. We're going to transform to the pelvis. Wait, that's a pelvis. And this to the number 7 upright. Okay. So it shouldn't change anything visually, but now when he gets kicked, I can move this. Okay. Now it'll actually arc correctly. I just had thought, what are your guys' favorite chips? I made a whole video about mine. Though he said Big Mac, and so I thought potato chips, and like definitely would say Cape Cod. Cape Cod 30% reduced fat. They're so good. But Spike in pain. Well, it's actually, it is kind of, watching him in pain is kind of entertaining. I know ship. I just let others do it. Well, so I never really did the shipping thing. I kind of experimented a little bit in videos and stuff because I wanted to play with genres. I wanted to get a little bit in everything: comedy, like serious drama, romance, see what was fun, what was interesting. Comedy was definitely more my thing. But it was from reading a Bluebird song, which is a fic that I can't remember who wrote it, but it was one of my favorite fics, and it was one that got me to prefer Twidash, which is one of the reasons that I made a video about it. Though I still call it that I got it canon wise because I did make Apple Dash before then. I just realized that technically, yes, she is kicking him, but she's kicking him at the peak of her bit there. She probably should actually be kicking him instead more closer to like here. And he would be like here. Okay, but now, because I did that, I can, when he goes flying through here, and I can change this like whatever afterwards. I wish I could make the crowd not cheer for a sec, because it is a little weird that they're just cheering. You know what? Maybe it does make sense. It doesn't matter whether they're beating up Spike, whether he's going through the goalpost. Scoring is not the thing here. They're more concerned with the fact that he is in pain and unloved. That is the important thing. So your responses are just not even giving a response. They're just like, yeah, nah. No, I don't think we have any of the other ones enabled. I'm slowly wanting to get away from Streamlabs, especially since with their... Well, I guess I can keep some of the Streamlabs, like the cloud bot, which is technically what that is, but it's saying Streamlabs from the name, functionality on. I need to get away from the program, especially if they start doing their AV1 and local encoding support, which I applied for. But if they went and like checked my logs and said that I didn't have a 40 series, I could see them like ignoring the fact that I did an application. I just don't want to run out and buy like a 4060 until I know that that's a thing. Well, I never cleaned this one up. Well, that's what the money was for. He's got his money. I'm gonna take his money. It's my money, you know. They're doing it to save money. Linus says it's to move encoding to the streamer to help cut costs. Oh yeah, 100%. Doesn't it? His whole logic on why they're doing it makes sense. But if it's not going to consume any extra processing for me, why not? Twitch doesn't make any money anyway, so why would they invest something that would just lose them more money? And it's giving people an option that didn't exist before. I have no problem with it. The AV1 support I feel like is a little far behind. They probably should have done that a while ago, but whatever, it's there now. But the encoding thing, that is a ton of processing on their side. If they can give us the ability to unlock the full NVENC stream capability, because apparently most NVENC chips can handle more than 3 streams, especially if a lot of those are going to be down to 360 and 480 quality. Those are probably eating no processing by comparison to most. And if it's then distributing the community, the encoding capability so that it's actually capable of, people can do that and have the choice to, awesome. And I bet you that it doesn't mean that I have to do everyone. I can choose what I want to. Maybe I only want to do 480 or 360 or not. I don't care. It's yeah, it might be them cheaping out, but when you're already losing money, why would you not cheap out? Where is you? Oh, okay, they are overlapped. I thought they weren't. Where is this? Oh, it's over there. Type of roulette. No, since it's been playing around with that. Yeah, this mouse doesn't work. I'm gonna delete them tonight. Yeah, they gotta be at least answering yes or no in some way. Where did all my coffee go? I don't know. Did you spend it all? Did you drink it all? How much coffee did you have? I'm gonna guess like 8 million. Like cost me my life savings. Did it actually do something? Okay, good. Like I'm actually like, not so much that you lost all the points. It's just that when you eventually got them back, then you would probably feel like revenge was needed and you would spend them all on like pain. I'm close to this wall, aren't I? Okay, so there was clouds more on that side. So I'm gonna go to like an angle. See if I can just apply like more clouds on that side of things. This is oh no. This is not good. I don't want to move the actual stadium, but this is like the bad wall it's against. I don't think I can fully cover. Okay, technically that's the. I think that could kind of work. I could call that working. Is it? Oh. By a decent amount. So I gotta go to activity. All right, see you later, Brownie. You didn't turn on roulette? Were you supposed to turn on roulette? Are you unbreaking, trying to unbreak things by breaking them? Where's Spike? Oh wow, that is. I'm gonna move that back a little bit. Where is he? Like there? Okay, it's like to here. I kind of want to just find like stock footage from some FIFA game with them all like running on the field after a goal, just screaming. It wouldn't make any sense because it's not, you know, this is like not even the same sport, but I also feel like it'd be like fitting. Okay, so he goes through the goal. Then I feel like I need to put like televisions up here or something that like yell goal or something. Along the edges. I mean, I could put some here or something. Scope creep alert.
Scope creep alert.
No, this is basically about what I was looking to do. It's more of how do you end it? Do you just call it there? Or is there a joke that would work more? I mean, technically this whole joke is just Spike. Tom Spiegel is going to be so angry. Or do we... Is there something else I follow it up with that? Because like if I had it planned out where there was like somebody doing an announcer thing throughout this whole thing, it would be kind of funny to do what would they call that? No, what was his name? Oh God, what is his name? Yes, Scott Sterling. To do like a Scott Sterling type thing, if you had announcers that were speaking through it, you could have it where they were like, you know, it's goal, but then like he's being pulled off on a stretcher, but then they like you could track on the spike abuse for quite a while with probably not even that much effort. I don't know if I want to go Scott Sterling with it though. Cut to dragons clapping in the bleachers. No, I don't know about dragons. I thought about doing something with horses like cheering. But if I did like cheerleaders, I would have the difficulty of I would have to fill in this field just in general. Right now it's pretty empty. I don't have any secondary characters or anybody anywhere. I could over there. Okay, there we go. I could put cheerleaders down there and just have them be the only people down there. I could put a whole team down there if I really wanted, but that would be a significant more larger amount of work, and this whole shot would not be nearly as good if there was a whole team standing behind them. The G5 Dragon clapping watching is removed so he can usurp the throne. My brain is just going to completely the side Sterling route of anything I do to Spike. I want him to keep getting abused, and that's scope creep. I feel like if we were just going to make a short, simple thing, like goal soccer sound effect. I'm actually curious what this sounds like. It's actually kind of what I'm looking for, but like not really. I just want like a horn. I loaded any models? I don't think so. So I think I can actually load effects. So let's do like a horn. I gotta unmute. I don't think it's a train. Maybe I did load models. It's not like the valve start sound. I was thinking of cutting to a different shot of happy ponies and dragons just cheering, like simple cheer animation copied to them all. The problem is the audience that is back there is all monotone color. I really, unless I wanted to very much scope creep, there's not much I can do about that. If I went and had multicolored background, then zooming in on some people in the audience that were multicolored makes sense. Right now, if I did, it would go from gray to colored, and that would be kind of a weird transition. Oh, that's what I thought. And the most perturbing thing you could do is accidentally opening a ponyfic on your school account when you're trying to see why you downloaded it, only to see if it was mature. Incognito? Because you know that does things. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's go for horn. I don't think that's how soccer does it. It kind of is. It just the audience doesn't go very long. Let me see something. We're gonna grab that one, but then we're gonna go cheer. Okay. No, this is not a field trip.
Imagine.
See, but then it slows down. We need like long.
Imagine if I hadn't been drunk.
I ask myself that quite often, but that's not what I'm looking for.
I am the Ubermensch.
Cool, bro. You know, this is probably long enough. Can I put it like here? Oh, it's long. A whole bunch of nothing, though. Something like that. I just wish that audience would like settle the frick down. Not everybody needs to cheer all the time. Jesus. Is there a skin of you not freaking the hell out? Just a stadium, right? No, that's not the stadium. What's the stadium? I'm not on the right shot. There we go. Okay, so that's apparently with the lights off. Nope, they're all freaking out. I don't know what the difference is. Just lights on. Okay. So technically I might be able to make this work. Utilizing I can just murder them. WWJD and all that. Okay, I do appreciate whoever made this, given the option to just, if they're already gonna have to separate it because the amount of polygons, I very much appreciate that they let me turn it on and off and customize it. If you're already gonna have it as a separate group, just give me the option to turn the damn thing off. That's actually really cool. Ooh, actually turning the roof off? Hold on. Okay. It's kind of the roof off, but there is a whole other part of the roof. Okay. You didn't... I'm not turning the roof off. You're turning the supports off. That is kind of needed to hold it there. Okay, well, I guess I need those anyway. All right, whatever. I can make them stop. It's just going to take a little bit, but I like the idea of that when the goal goes through, that then they all cheer. Or that they're doing like a slow cheer or something. I can... I have to see. I have to see the... An animated cheer like this usually is a sequence file, and I'm thinking they have to get the properties for that, so I'm going to guess that that entire audience is its own. This better have, I would say, like at least 5 different textures. 63. That's okay. I mean, that I said at least. Why is there so many audience? We're going to take a look at this. Okay, so it's Ultimate Stage Brawl Pokemon Stadium 2. Audience base. Is it? They're so tiny. Look at those small little people with their small little hands. Okay, so why is there so many audience files? Is F0 in there? No, this guy. No. Okay, well, I see F24, so let's just check that. Animated texture with a frame rate, but the problem with that frame rate is it's going to be consistent across. Oh. Let me see here. So if I had to take a guess, what this is doing is this is indicating the start frame. Frame display for the multi-flame texture. This is normally set by the animated texture. Okay. So what I'm guessing that this does is that each of these different textures is just a different VMT because it's initiating a different origin frame that technically I'm not really seeing it here, but it depends. Actually, for how common it is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's so that they can have a bunch of the same textures just starting at different times. But I'm not really seeing it. Where's Michael? He said he's not feeling well. So he is not popping in. The problem is okay, we're going to try something. We're going to change the frame rate from 10 to 60 on this one. And we're going to see what happens. Save beforehand. Okay, everything I can tell is moving the same speed. I'm not seeing anybody suddenly moving like uber fast. So here's the good test. Set that to 0. It should make it. So is this row specifically? Yeah, look at him go. All right, so that is kind of matching with what I was thinking. There's probably more than one. Okay, so there is a couple. That does, I don't know, that does complicate things a little. It means that all the different audiences let me check this again. Okay, so this is this one. If I go to Stadium, set scan to 2, it's the same audience groupings. Set scan 3. Okay. Well, that makes it a little harder. So I can make them cheer faster. Maybe. Let's check something. All right, so can I see that group from here? No, I can't. They're up top and they're like being weird. No, actually I can still test this without that's not a normal property. Oh, maybe it's still a value I can grab. Let's go to stadium. No, this one. Create animation set. Damn. I'm looking at F24. Wait, F25 isn't even on here. Wait, I need to open that one again. Yeah, I don't want to keep them set at 60. Okay. There. Okay, so these are the normal ones. F24, I'm not able to add an animation set, which is kind of disappointing. Because I was hoping that it would let me, like, if I add, does it require a certain property for me to be able to do that? Okay, if I add alpha, reload. Okay, they're back to normal. Okay. Now if I say, okay, animation. Okay, it's not. It's kind of probably better that that didn't work. I know for a fact there's a way to override a specific value within these to tie it to a number that I can manipulate, and in doing so I should be able to manipulate the frame rate live, maybe, but normally that requires me to create an animation set. It's not working. Let me, what if I do like maybe I just add it out. Oh, why did I do it on? I don't need a triple for that. Okay, so it does let me do that. If I do it that way, can I manipulate this value though? I'm gonna say no, because it doesn't have a number sign in front of it. Well, for one, I don't know which ones these are. Is anybody not moving? Let's figure out where 24 is first. There are these ones. They're still moving as normal. Maybe I don't do the money sign thingy. No, it's still, unless I have to set a value here. Okay. I know there's a way to manipulate that value. I just don't know how. There's definitely a It might not like floats. It could be that it wants an integer. Nope. I know there's a way to do it. And wait, how did I figure that out? Somebody did it once. They like did an override on a proxy value, like one of these. Is there something specific for proxy values? No. Thought you were bringing up doing matrices. I can do matrices. Oh yeah, hello ACLP. How's it going, mate? I just wondering, do y'all have any good stories on a film to read? On Discord, check general chat. Was it general chat? It might have been the supporter chat actually. Was it Jelly was asking about that recently? Somebody was asking about that recently, and I posted a whole list of recommendations for myself. Let's see if we can just do a VMT SFM override proxies. Custom material. Oh, it's on the script allows you to change single or all materials. Yeah, I'm not going to download something, but I like how all the mods are like 6 years old. Yeah, I understand the material proxies. Oh, that's the result var. Oh, that might be where. No, that's just saying the var to put it into. I've never really done animated texture ones. It might be why, how that works. I'm not sure. But what if I did? Frame number. Okay. So like technically that shouldn't really change much, but then let's say oh, apparently needs to be a float. Okay, let's just say 1 to 100, and then okay, that didn't change it. All right, I thought maybe I could like manipulate the starting frame, and that would like, or not the starting frame, but like what frame it's in, and like push it faster or something. But apparently that doesn't work too. So the only way I can think of to make the audience slow down or speed up is going into every file, manipulating the speed value to like 1, which if I were to set like this to 1, it would essentially make that group go slower. But and then I could just like have another one where they go faster, and then that's everybody cheering suddenly. Problem is they don't stagger. Kind of. They don't, but they kind of do. I think I broke audience 24. Okay, they're fixed again. If I were to go into every one of these files, this would be the thing that would take the longest, and manipulate everybody to change values for that speed from, say, picking a number between 7 and 13 and randomly assign it. Technically, all of them would be mistimed ever so slightly, so the whole audience would look like it's moving at a slightly different rate, just slower. And then I could have everybody switch to, say, 20, and then you get that group like this, where they suddenly everybody would kind of freak out and go extra fast. That's about the best I can come up with. The problem is the amount of time. There is all of these. So we're talking 35 just about textures to go through, assign them all random numbers, and then do 2 different renders, because I wouldn't be able to do it separately. I like the idea though of the audience kind of like actually freaking out appropriately than right now where they're not really. And if I really wanted to, could I even add more people? Because like I feel like if you've ever been to a stadium and to watch a game and be like, wow, I've been given plenty of arm room. No, not at all. Like, that's not how stadiums work. I don't know what that way. It should be more like, let's see here. Yeah, this is more appropriate. Like, just the amount of people that make you question like existence. I'll get rid of that for now though. Fred keeps your Discord in 3 books, The Full of the Forest. Michael just finished Full of the Forest not long ago too. I like Full of the Forest. Full of the Forest is they do so from that list that I put there, Fire and Rain is a Spitfire rainbow ship, kind of, sorta. It's just well written. Actually, the guy that wrote that wrote Fire and Rain was from is Rourke, and I believe he does some wood. He sells a lot of wood engraved items at a lot of the conventions. I didn't even realize he was the one that wrote it until he was selling a copy at one of his things. I'm like, I read that like 8 years ago and I loved it. So so that was super cool to figure that out. But it's a very good book with a very good, interesting story. And I believe there's a sequel to that too. A Bluebird Song is a Twidash fic, but again, I just really liked the concept. It had a version of Rainbow in there that was realizing that they weren't being the role model that they wanted to be, because they were being too arrogant and self-centered about themselves, and decided to try to change that. They didn't like who they were becoming, and it was really fun with that. Full in the Forest is about an OC, but all the original characters, they make it really interesting, and their take on why Equestria doesn't have a large army because of a small elite group and how they exist is actually pretty cool. I really liked the idea behind it. Okay, Sarah, I can't remember on, but if I remember right, that means like all that shall be, or something. I can't remember the meaning behind that, but it's kind of a weird take on like why reciprocal reality stuff. Keeps a Discord is people that just watched over the statue Discord. It's not very long, but it's really sad and really good. Hard Reset is multiple books, and Hard Reset is a classic. It's basically roguelike the book. It's Twilight stuck in a time loop. But there's also multiple books behind that, and they start getting into weird things after book 1, and it's actually pretty good. If I remember right, this has been a while, the sequel to Hard Reset is A Stitch in Time, and I can't remember what the third book of that is. I can remember how to spell it. Oh, there's Australia. I didn't recommend Australia because that is a journey. That's like 4 million something words. You're talking like book 1 is as long as I think Bluebird's song is, but that's book 1 is like 1/12 of all of Australia. It's huge, and it's never going to be finished. So it's like, do you want to read a book that you're never going to know the ending of? You can stop before before starting book 9 and be sort of happy, but it is still a good read. I recommend Australia as long as you're okay with like never finishing it. And there are others, but those are the main ones that I'd be able to pull up. I read Background Pony recently. Starts really good. The concept is really good. It's from the same author that made Australia. There's a couple bits in there that drag on way longer than they need to be, and I do not like the last chapter. I understand why it exists, but it feels like they're just trying to be assholes almost. I think that the book would have been much better ending it without the last book, or the last chapter of the book. It's still a good read, but I feel like 2 or 3 of the chapters in there could be like 1/3 the length. But anyway, I got to go use the restroom again. I know I got 30 minutes, but I put a lot of water in me, so I'll be back 1 sec. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Ugh. I'm not gonna complain, but like my bladder today is like, oh my god, really, camera? Really? It gets confused. Because like as soon as I go away, it just turns off auto tracking. Yes, I'm over here. Thank you, camera. You found me. Perhaps I'm gone too long. It just is like, nah, I don't want to even work anymore. Cheers, Edward. And cheers, Edward. If I want to run out of water here, I'm not getting warm. Cheers, Jelly. I think it'll be good though. And cheers, Edward. And then cheers, Joe. And Edward. Oh, that went on my nose. Oh, I'm trying to talk and drink at the same time. Or that was not pleasant. Here's cheers biting. I see Giz getting in here too, but cheers biting. I'm gonna finish it off actually. So cheers, go. Biting a girl. And then there. All right. All right. I've done as much of the water as I'm going to do. Well, we're going. Okay. So no, you can take yours back, and I didn't do 2 of those, but all the rest were done. Oh my God, there's so much liquid. How much water? I drank the whole one of this tonight, but I drank 2 of them earlier. So you've worked on something. They made me drink all the water. Yeah, the camera. So it does the follow thing, and it's actually really good about that. Like I can move pretty damn quick, and it can figure it out. But if I leave the room, it gets very sad, and then just decides to stare up at where I left, and forgets that I returned. Poison worked. What? Kinda. No, I'm not drinking anymore. If I'm out of water. I'm out of water. I'm not drinking anymore. I drink so much water. I am. Oh no, no more. Oh, it actually. Oh, it did. It did remember me. Okay, never mind. So you have that. Because I'm good on water for now. No, I got rid of the thing on there so that it didn't put anything in the activity queue for like Cookie Derpy and stuff, and it actually did work. I know it isn't for a bit, but how upset would you be if we pulled together to get you a water cooler for your birthday? No, because I'd have to fill it up. And that's the thing that's rough. I'd rather just go upstairs and get my water. A water cooler, like our fridge is where I get my water, and that is very slow. So if I have to go get water, it takes like 3 minutes to fill this whole thing. If I had a water cooler, I mean, I have to break up from the water line, but then it's not filtered. No, I'm not doing that. Anemia is about a robo pony. Oh, and pneumonia. A robo pony thing during the robo pony thing. You're a great salesman of the story. There's a big robo pony thing. It was after the apocalypse, and there was a horse, and she needed oil, and she couldn't find it. It was somewhere out east. She just kept going and going. I don't know what happened there, but I think she made a friend or two, maybe because she caught a few fish, I think, at some point, and she named them Fred. A really nice fish. What was I talking about? I forgot. Amazing story. You seen a beer hat? No, I don't know about that. I got the sound. If it's a beer hat, you know what? I can't say anything. I bet you there's a beer hat with headphones enabled, but I don't want that because I like cold. And you can be forever hydrated. Is that a voice impression? I don't know what celebrity is it that does that that voice. I can't remember who that is. I've been watching or listening to some of Conan's podcast, the Conan Needs a Friend, and they had I forgot his name now. The guy that did Master of Disguise and like the old Bill Clinton Sr. Impressions on SNL, and he did one of his like Jimmy Stewart from the old actor impressions, and that guy is so funny. I was at work trying not to crack up. It was so fun. It's a robo pony thing because she sort of a robot, sort of crystal reborn thing. Yeah, but if you can't define it, it means they're not providing the information apparently enough to describe what they are. And so if they're robo pony thing, it was just in terms of advertising is about trying to make people interested in the book and like it's robo pony thing. I think that's us kind of doing like a Cosby. That's what I was actually. I don't know if Cosby's probably the person to do impress anymore, but she was the booping and the bopping, and she was looking to the left, and then she looked more left. Yeah. See, it's it's great. Invest all your time figuring out how to do impressions of somebody really well, and then have them be a predator. And then no problem there. Jordy says hi. Tell Jordy I think though, okay, that was what we were trying to figure out a while ago. Ending, is there any anything we want to do different for the ending? The Purple Pony with the learning algorithm. So they're Chat GPT, the horse. Chat PNY. Actually, PNY is the graphics card producer, but whatever. So it gets kicked to the uprights. I can do like the whole goal thing. It's stupid, but I do kind of like the idea of just finding a like short video clip of like a soccer player running down the field like he just made a goal, because it would make no sense here at all. I had to deal with copyright and stuff, but I'm not big enough on YouTube. Probably wouldn't have to worry about it. Don't know if I care anyway. Because I'm anything that follows up in here has to be basically the last shot. But the goal went through. I don't even know what they're doing a goal for. ChatGPT and a robot in the form of the alien. That sounds. My brain can't take that right now. I haven't had near enough caffeine. Actually, I've had 2 cans with caffeine in it. It's just this weather, man. I blame it on everything. Everybody says they're tired, but I'm not sure if it's because the weather's making them tired or we're like everybody I know is just getting older. We're just all complaining because we're just getting older. I just need to work out more. I think I need to get some exercise, because I think getting some exercise would probably help get my energy levels up. It's frustrating. All the fixes I do for Fallout 3 startup problems is that every fix I try makes the game load just a little bit more, just easy. It's not functionality. So yeah, the only thing I can think of is stupid phase. I have time. Yeah, age slows you down. Yes, but age slows you down, but so does lack of activity. Your body's only as efficient as it thinks it needs to be. And if I sit around a lot, my job sits, I sit here. Most of my going of anywhere is driving. All you're doing is training your body that you don't need much energy to live. So working out helps train your body to have higher energy levels. Yeah, I'll have to think on the ending portion, or well, I would say Michael's input could be useful, but the same time, unless we're gonna have Applejack wearing socks and smooching her clone while Derpy is like making out with a football, I don't think it's gonna help too much. What horse do you want? What are we doing for horse? I was a fat kid, so I'm much faster now than I'm older. Well, actually, like, so when COVID was a thing, I lost a bunch of weight because I was stuck at home, and it was just easier to work out during the day and keep up on that stuff. I had way more energy than I've had in a long time. But then COVID ended, and I became more complacent, and I put a lot of it back on. And and I can definitely tell that my energy went away. When you're carrying 25% more weight and you don't work out as much, it adds up. Rarity. That is her dress. I need a horse. Oh. She killed. She didn't want to exist. I can agree. I think it's a follow through with that later. For Whom We Are Hungry is also a very good story. For Whom We Are Hungry is the first multi-chapter story I've favorited, basically changing a Ponyville trying not to get caught. That's not, I wouldn't call that an original story. There's oh my god, the amount of changeling stories that are out there is pretty crazy. Or not long after the changelings were released, the amount of stories that popped up on film fiction that were picking one of the main six and deciding that they're a changeling and have always been a changeling is crazy. It doesn't matter if you wanted to pick a main six, and you could find a handful of stories that was like, then they figured out that they were a changeling, and were they always a changeling? Were they based on somebody else, and at what point? And it was just nuts. It was that topic got blown out. Some were good, not all of them. And if you need a recommendation for a really, really short, really bad fanfic, I have a whole list of those. Like, I even have the full printouts. Like, they're right here. I have full transcripts. Well, do you want to read about like if Twilight and Trixie were lobsters? Do you want to read about I think it's Pink. No, not Pinkie Pie eating stuff, but Pinkie Pie wondering about Vor. Starlight wondering if she can murder people. Big Prince Blue Blood having big balls. Celestia robbing a bank. Thigh high weed inside. Oh yeah, they got really super high. Sweetie Bot needs a lewd upgrade. Twilight Sparkle is a freaking god. Twilight Sparkle punched a baby. I got so many of those. They're all good stories. They're all high quality. Like they could get their own HBO show. That's how good they are. But okay, with Rarity, what are we doing with Rarity though? Are we or like a word or two or something about what this horse is doing? I was about to quote the Sweetie Bot thing, then I realized you were reading them off. Seriously. Yeah, I was just reading the screen. This is a fat kid, but I was trying to do the working out since I was 7. Now that my spine is wrung out it's like a wrung out dish rag. I get frustrated. I can't do things. I was a fat kid whose mom dressed them funny. I was a bowling ball with stubby legs wearing a Pixie Adams strip shirt and pastel colors. Yeah, well, you can be strong, but in terms of energy, your body still has to move the weight. And so, and there's the cardiovascular, and then there's the muscle. You can be physically strong, but if your body has to move around all that, and without the cardiovascular bits to back it up, it's just going to exhaust you all the time, no matter what. Stealing money, like a bank robber, or is she like doing some white collar crime? There we go. Okay, so she's got her suit on. She's gonna maybe she needs some glasses. Game. Okay. There we go. Oh, that was rarity. She shouldn't explode. There we go. There you go. Let's look at hers. Oh my gosh, you're so smart. So, like, are you a smart horse? Do you do taxes? Yes. You rob banks? Yes. Okay, so we need to go. She needs to find a safe. Let's get her a safe. You could open that with a toothpick. Man, that is. Oh wait, this is just user mod. Ooh. Nothing wall save. This one's already open. There's all this stuff on there, but there's no like model of it exploding, so I wonder how that played out. I was hoping for like a big safe, like a wall safe, like one of those big chunky boys. Okay, let's see. Does this one have a bone? Does not. Okay, so even this one's open. Yeah, but there's no actual way to open and shut it. Oh, vault. Yeah, that's probably better. It was better. I bet you this one doesn't open or shut either. Nope. It looks better. Ooh. Oh, that's. Oh, I thought this was Fallout. This isn't Fallout. This is multiplayer, I think. Why is it round if it just goes down like that? That doesn't make any sense. You just make it a flat door then. Like, that's stupid. Yeah, I'm not seeing any with a thing. I might have to try safe. Because you need to be able to open it. Like, can I open this one? No. Why do you have an inside of the safe if you won't let me open the safe? I mean, to their credit, this is a very secure safe. If there's... Wait a second. How does this open? Like, I can see, like, okay, these are hinges. Wonderful. Then what are these? Like, you can open it, but when you go to pull it, which way does it swing? I mean, yeah, it's like saying a rock is a safe because the center of it, you can't get to it unless you break it. But this safe is just a lie. Like, how do you get in there? Like, you go to pull it and then you realize, oh, but you got to pull the pins out? Because I feel like just pull all of them out and then whammo, is super not secure. This is the worst safe I've ever seen. Like, well, for one, I mean, I can tell you there's a problem right here. You can't read those numbers. This doesn't even look like a safe dial. This looks like you're like making bread and you're just going to set it for like 45 minutes at 350. That's stupid. I don't think I'm gonna find a good safe here. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do this a different way. So there's okay, so there's this like this pile of money, and see, oh, you know what? This is perfect. Okay, so according to the name of this model, it's a vault. So the money is in the vault. Okay, because these are vaults, and it's in it. So the money's in the vault. All right. So, Rarity, she gets up here and she's like, and she's like, I don't know. This is super secure vault security. Like, I don't know how more. I was expecting like Chinese food, but no, there's a vault, and how I'm gonna get in. And so she's very confused. She thinks about it, and then she's like, I think I'm just gonna grab it. And then she just, that's your suit. I don't want your suit. I want your hoof. Where's your hoof? There you go. So then she goes and just she reaches up like she's getting the cookies from the cookie jar, and then she just puts her arm up there, and then she's kind of scoots the money over, and she's like, oh no, where do I put the money? And then she's like, oh no, I'm gonna eat it. And then she's like, no. And then I don't know that. Hold on. Okay, then the money's gone because she ate it, and then she ran away to Australia. That's Australia. It's not very far away. It's also very well lit. Well, Australia is very well lit. It's summer there right now, so it makes sense. Let's break the door in with half. She doesn't need to break the door in. This is Brink. Brink ran out of money, and so their new security system is they call it the double decker. It's just two tables stacked on top of each other. It's super secure, except for if people are there. Its one weakness is people, and then the money gone. Yeah, she yonked, she bonked, and she consumed. She does realize later that she forgets to take the money out, and instead she just digests it. But it's okay, because it was, I mean, how much money is this? This is probably like, what, those are probably $10,000 sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's like $140,000. What's she gonna do with that? I mean, Is she gonna go to the burbs, put a down payment on a house? That's about it. For somebody taking the risk of like super stealing for like Ocean's 2 situation here. I mean, this money is probably not even good. This money was not printed right. Yeah, $10,000. Ha! I know my money. I counted the lines in my head. And then the dye pack explodes and she poops purple for a month. There's actually, I believe, pills you can buy that they're expensive, but they contain real gold powder because gold is digestible, or not digestible, but you can consume it, and you can buy it, and it will basically make your poop gold sparkles. Like, it is actual, like, high carat count gold pills so that you can poop gold. Just flush your money away. I mean, that's literally what that is. So I'm missing something else. Super Series is good as well. Yeah, I don't think I've read that one. But you really like the ones with the robots, don't you? Wait, a Kieran and a cyborg stop the space mafia. Okay, there's certain when it comes to the film fictions, my favorites are the ones that they take the base story, the vast majority of being the same universe, same everything. They definitely take it their own direction, but that they never really modify it much. Like that the everything you've ever heard or is there, and they play off of it. Sometimes people go really far with taking it directions, and that's a little bit weird. But I also read Project Horizons, and I mean that has, like, you could say that takes that direction. Well, I guess Fallout Equestria could, if you think about it too. No, that was based on a real universe too. Sounds like a waste of good gold. Yeah, but it depends. If you had a pill that you could get for $1 that would make you have funny poops, you might be more willing to do it. But let's say this pill costs you $20,000, but let's say that your salary was 20,000 times what it is right now. Well, to you, that pill would be pretty much equivalent in price. So it's just more of perspective. You're not reading Horizons? Yeah, no, Horizons is good. It's just long. It's long. I can't remember how many words that one is. That one's well over 1 million. It's long. It's not bad. It's good. It's a good story. And I know, and Saunders, pretty cool dude, but it's, if you're not into Fallout, and I know it's a little darker than the original Fallout, it's definitely a long read. The original Fallout's, I think, still a high recommendation for read. Project Horizons is not as high, but I loved Fallout Equestria. Was this, I'm not a big fan of crossovers, but they didn't do a crossover, they did a blending. They took aspects of Fallout and Horse, and they took the best parts of all of them, blended it into an actually good, cohesive, full story that felt like it was very fleshed out well ahead of time, and built a universe around it without feeling like it was taking away or bastardizing or over promoting either side. Well, Horse was definitely the one that was promoted, like, from, you know, being an MLP story. It was just as much Fallout. It was a very, very well planned out, written thing. Like, at the end of every story, having the little perks you gain and stuff. It was just so many little things about that story were just so good. The only thing that bugged me, and it bugs me with a lot of stories, is guns. I have a big thing when it comes to horses with guns, because most of the time they have this whole thing of trying to take human guns that evolved and were developed and created and invented based on a hand, and then just turning the handle sideways and saying you can put it in your mouth. Yeah, they have the battle saddles, but that's not all the guns. Where you would think that the guns would probably have evolved completely differently, or not even guns at all. Maybe there would have been a different invention because they didn't have hands that worked better and different. Maybe little, like, hoof cannons or different types of battle saddles. It feels like the inventions are still kind of derivatives of human inventions, but to a degree, you're always going to do that because it has to be relatable to some degree in our real world. Hello, Jinxie. Anyways, I think I got that one done. All right, but with that, I am going to be done here. It is 9 o'clock. I spent a year and a half researching and writing a report on the science I invented called spectral physology. I submitted a paper to a medical journal and it got rejection letters saying they do not take research from non-accredited sources. Well, that kind of makes sense, or at least it should, you know, peer review and all that. But you invented the science. Yeah, they're gonna toss that out. You're trolling. Human engineering is best engineering. Well, no, it's really hard to think outside of the box of what would exist in a time period or in an area that didn't have our stuff. Like the houses that exist in Horselands probably would have been very different. The way that doors work and windows work, a lot of the utensils that they use probably would have evolved very differently if they didn't have hands. So even the horse show itself already had a base different than that. I feel like Fallout, well, the gun thing bothers me. They still did an excellent job of trying to get as much of the universe as they can to fit within the horse universe and the way that horses would work, and also to blend in everybody else that was around, how magic could be applied in these situations too. It's pretty neat. I like EAW as they just blow up the trigger to be used by a hoof. Yeah, or like, yeah, trying to figure out some way around it. I got the idea of the year Blue Powerade was released. I drank so much of it that summer I made my poop sky blue. I was curious what other colors I could make it and if I could be used to diagnose medical issues. I don't know if you're trying to diagnose medical issues by coloring your poop with Powerade. I would definitely see that not going very far, being that Powerade and Gatorade are immensely high in salt. Electrolytes are basically just salts. Depending on who you are, that could be a very detrimental thing to drink lots of Powerade. A high intake of salt for somebody with a heart condition probably would be a problem. The hardest part was finding non-toxic food additives that reacted under UV light. It sounded like you just wanted to experiment with colored poop. Depending on age, that definitely would be a thing. Poop is funny. Anyway, we are going to be done here. Yeah, I think the next stream we're doing is Friday, the normal stream, and then Sunday, I think we aren't going to be able to do Baldur's Gate for, I know, this next weekend, and I don't know about the weekend after that. So we're going to be doing some filler games if that doesn't work out. But anyway, who's on right now? I guess I could have done that a little easier way, but lots of people. I think Code Weaver we did fairly recently. Retro we did we haven't done Cowgirl in a little bit. Actually, we haven't done Inverted Shadow in a very long time, but he's usually pretty fine. And I think the only thing I ever see Inverted Shadow play on here is Dead by Daylight. So we can probably head to Cowgirl playing. What do they do it? Oh, they're just having a whole conversation thing. But yeah, we'll head over unless they're ending
on the screen.
Yeah, they're just chatting. This would be funny because it'll probably make them freak out. Like, let's what do we want to say? Just yell yeehaw. I think yeehaw will work. Seems I showed up too late. If you guys stop by and say hi, I can't show up, or I can't show up anymore. I'll miss y'all. I hope things are good for you. Like permanently. Oh, deployment. You'll find ways. You gotta have access to phones and stuff. But it is good seeing you. Yeah, let's head over. Oh, they did change talk shows and podcasts. Okay. And podcasts. Why would that be? I mean, I guess they're similar. Let me switch over to the crack noise. But thank you guys for hanging out. I will be back again on Friday. Well, unless I do Against the Storm. It depends. If I do impromptu Against the Storm, it's usually because something came up, but it's going to be a while before I can get to another seal. It'll probably be like multiple days. Thank you to Nolan for the resub. There were 3 years anniversary too. Thank you very much. And thank you also for the big 500 cheer. I very much appreciate it as well. And thank you to Starbird and Sunset for moderating. And the 8 ball. That was some interesting responses. We'll see you guys Friday though. Have a good one. Bye bye. Stop it.